There's a simple trick with cabbage that can take your cheesy omelet to the next level. It removes the raw smell, brings out a gentle aroma and natural sweetness, and pairs perfectly with the gooey melted cheese and a touch of tangy ketchup on top. It sounds so tempting, you'll want to try it right away. I'll start by dicing the onion. For the cabbage, I slice it thinly, then cut it into shorter pieces for easier eating. I grate the carrot into fine shreds. It adds a nice crunch and makes the dish more visually appealing. I also grate the cheese ahead of time to sprinkle on top later for an irresistible finish. Once everything's prepped, I bring a pot of water to a boil. Then I quickly blanch the cabbage. Just about 30 seconds is enough to soften the cabbage and remove its raw smell. Don't overcook it or it'll turn mushy. After 30 seconds, I take the cabbage out and drain it well, letting it cool completely. Now I crack 2 eggs into a bowl. Then I add a pinch of salt and a bit of pepper and beat the eggs until well mixed. After that, I add the cabbage, carrot, and onion into the bowl with the eggs and mix everything thoroughly so the ingredients are well combined. I also mix in half of the grated cheese now, keeping the rest aside to use as a topping later. Next, I place a non-stick pan on the stove and add a bit of butter, heating it over medium heat. Once the butter has melted, I pour the egg and vegetable mixture into the pan and spread it out evenly so the surface is flat. Then I cover the pan with a lid and let it cook for about 3 to 4 minutes until the bottom is set and the top begins to firm up. At this point, I gently lift the lid and carefully flip the omelette. If it's difficult to flip, you can divide it in half and flip each part separately to make it easier. When the top side is golden, I spread a thin layer of ketchup over it. Then I sprinkle the remaining cheese on top of the ketchup and cover the pan again for just 1 more minute to let the cheese melt. When you lift a lid, the aroma of butter, eggs, cheese, and vegetables is truly mouthwatering. I turn off the heat and transfer the dish to a plate. You can finish it with a sprinkle of ground pepper and some chopped parsley for extra fragrance. This dish is delicious on its own, but also pairs perfectly with a little chili sauce or a slice of bread. The golden omelet, rich with the aroma of butter and melted cheese, wraps around a sweet and tender vegetable filling. Just 1 bite and you'll taste the creamy, savory goodness that's absolutely irresistible. Be sure to save this recipe